What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. I hope you're watching this on Sunday morning while you're drinking your coffee in the morning, just like I am. I wanted to shoot this video for you this morning and talk a little bit about the time of the year that it is. It's 8th of August, or maybe the 9th of August in Australia. And the interesting thing is, think about how quick this year has gone. Think about how recently it was January, right? It's like a moment ago. And in a moment, it'll be December. And in a moment, it'll be 2027. And the reason I wanted to highlight this right now is because what you want in your business and the outcomes you're looking to generate in your business are directly reflective of your ability to create urgency, act with urgency, and then deploy your resources, which is your time, your energy, any of the financial resources that you have, into the right areas of your business for long enough until you get the result. And that's really it. As much as that sounds simple and easy, it's actually very difficult to do. So don't worry if that seems like, well, easy for you to say, Sasha, because it's actually really damn hard. Okay, the one thing I wanted to highlight during this video is that a lot of the time when you're starting out your business, it's easy to feel like you are the worst. Everyone around you seems to get it. Everyone around you seems to be better than you. They seem like they talk these weird languages and they say things that you have no idea what they mean. And they seem like maybe they're better with their finances. They're better with their marketing. They are able to, ask really good questions. They're able to put their hand up on the Zoom meetings and act with a lot of courage, and you can't do that. And so it's easy to feel inadequate, and it's easy to feel like you're not good enough, right? But the thing that I want to highlight is this. The success of your business doesn't care for your feelings. And equally, why this is actually a benefit to you is because if you feel that way and you still just do the work, you'll still get the results, okay? You don't need to wait until you have felt confidence to then do the actions and then get the result. Right? Or you don't need to wait until you have heaps of energy and motivation to then do the work to then get the results, right? Or you don't need to wait until you're certain with your marketing message to then create your offer to then make money with your offer, right? The whole idea of use what you've got, okay? And continue using what you've got until you start changing the results that you experience. And it's that simple. Physics is really the rule I'm talking about here. Inputs versus outputs. It doesn't care about your emotional state if you're in a state of insecurity because other people are better than you, or you're in a state of confidence because, I don't know, you're the best. The one thing that I want to share with you, which maybe helps a little bit, is that over a decade of working in multiple different businesses and experiencing this exact thing where it's you never feel like you're ready. I remember back when I had my automotive repair business, and I would, for example, when I worked in the construction industry, get on the phone and I would speak to vendors, and I'd have no problem doing this. My boss would be like, Sasha, call those vendors and negotiate the price point and get them from X to Y on the contract so we can make more profit on this next construction deal. And I'd be like, no problem. Yeah, hey, it's just Sasha from Hutchinson Builders. We need this price from here to here. I need you to give it to us. If you can't give it to us, then we're going to go somewhere else, etc. And I would have these conversations all the time, right? Then when I quit that construction job and I went out on my own and I started making cold calls to win business, I was like, hello. Oh, no, you don't want to talk. That's fine. Okay, bye. Oh, they said they were busy. And I would fold like a cheap lawn chair because I thought that every single person was better than me. And I thought that every single individual that was out there was more superior, was more confident. They knew more than me. They were better than me. And so it was very easy for me to lose the quote unquote confidence that I had in myself, right? But that didn't stop me from acting and doing the reps. And that was the thing that actually saved me. And the reason I'm sharing this is because it can save you as well. I don't want you to wait for a time or a moment for that kind of insecurity or that low level inadequacy to go away, right? Because there has not been a time in the last 10 years that I have not felt that. And it might be in different rooms of people. It might be sitting on a plane next to somebody else. It might be in the hotel restaurant. It might be at an event with different people having different conversations. Always over my career, there has been this constant underlying sense of insecurity towards me not being good enough. And so if you feel that towards your current situation, relative to what you're doing, you haven't launched yet, you've never launched a product before, you've never run any ads before, you've never done any creatives before, you've never jumped on the camera and shot something before, it's like, use it to your advantage. Because the one unlock for me was this. When I came to realize the fact that my insecurity keeps me hungry, okay? And if I felt like I was constantly the best, I would be quote unquote full, right? I would have had enough, right? And so when I thought about that and I was like, okay, so if I thought that I was the best, I'd be very much a narcissistic individual. And I also would probably work less because I would work in a way whereby I don't really need to. And it's like, I'm already good enough. I'm already really good. I already know all of my shit. I've already got all this stuff figured out. Why would I even try? And I was like, wow, if I had that mindset, I definitely wouldn't learn as much. I definitely wouldn't be as much open-minded towards growth, towards new opportunities, towards learning different things. And I probably wouldn't commit myself to as many risks, because what's the point? I already know it all. It's all good. I'm already all confident. I'm already all empowered. And what's the point of even pushing any harder? Because I've got what I've got. And so for you, if you're in the situation where you kind of feel the same way, you're like, yeah, geez, like I feel super inadequate. I feel like I'm the worst person in the room. I feel like I'm so insecure in terms of like my knowledge and my abilities, my marketing talk, my product talk. Geez, you get me started on finance and I'm just going to freak out. It's like, all of those things are your strengths. If you use them and you realize that the game of business is a one-to-one exchange, what that means is you cannot commit on the inputs and then not get the outputs. All it really means right now, if you're not getting the results you want, is you don't have the skills to be able to exchange with the marketplace to get the financial outputs that you want. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that your confidence is too low and you need to, I'm not sure, do some Kundalini yoga and shake some incense around. It's like, you just need to get better. And that's it. That's all it is, right? And the reason that people struggle with this is because they have unrealistic timeframes that they place on themselves in terms of how long it can take to get better. And what that means is this. They see other people generating awesome results in short amounts of time, and then they measure themselves based on that person, but they don't see what that person did to get there. They just see the result and some amazing, cool kind of success stories, and they go, well, I'm not there, and they're about the same as me, and so why am I not there? I must be even more inadequate, and I'm going to go further into inaction as opposed to further into action and inspiration, right? And so if you expand the time horizon, this is the biggest unlock for me. When I did this personally in my career, it changed everything. Changing the time horizon from 12 months to 10 years. 10 years? What? Yes, 10 years. 10 years is going to go by anyway. Like, do you have plans? Do you have some other really important things that you're going to do in 10 years? Have you got other commitments that you've already organized and locked in with, I'm not sure, the president or the prime minister of Australia? Have you got some other important things that you need to do? It's like, what is more important than learning the skills to be able to create for yourself a financial vehicle by way of a business that can create for you the outcomes you want in your life? I don't know, right? This is going to enable your family. This is going to enable your financial situation. This is going to enable the fair exchange with the marketplace. It's going to enable control for your life in the future. All those things are possible when you learn these skills, right? And so the problem is, like I said, people have this unrealistic time frame of like 6 months or 12 months. And it's like, okay, cool. Let's just hypothetically say, for example, you were to commit to doing this for 10 years. 10 years, how old would I be then? Cool, I would be 45 years old. Whew, geez, 45, that's, okay, cool, wow. And it almost goes, okay, how would I act and behave like that if I was to get it by the age of 45? Okay, cool. What would I do in terms of how consistent of an action? What it does for you is it changes from this urgent, anxiety-ridden, panic-ridden push of I need to do this by tomorrow, which is always peak and trough, peak and trough, peak and trough, and it smooths that type of action out into I'm going to do this. It's exactly the same way. Think about it like this. I run marathons. If I ran a marathon, how I would run a 3 kilometer sprint, I would never make the marathon. I would fall over and probably have to get taken away in an ambulance after like the first 4Ks. And it's exactly the same way that you're trying to run your business. You're trying to learn skills in these tiny little bouts of a sprint. Your heart rate blows above 200. You have to stop, almost have a seizure, and then come back to life again and then go, oh, I feel traumatized after that. Maybe let's just, maybe I'll try doing, I don't know, downhill mountain biking instead. And you think that the problem was actually the vehicle, when the problem was how you committed to the action. You committed to the action without the skill, without the ability. It's like, imagine if you couldn't ride a bike and you had never ridden a bike. And then you were like, okay, cool. So I want to do BMX racing. And then you tried to do BMX racing with people that were really good at BMX racing and you had never ridden a bike. It's like, first you need to learn how to ride the bike, probably with training wheels. Then you need to take the training wheels off and just like not fall over. And then you need to be able to like, I don't know, go up and down smooth, slow, sloping hills. And then you go up and down maybe like a little bit more aggressive hills and you progressively get better and better and better. But you don't go from like, I've never ridden a bike before, let's just try with training wheels, to let's go and race a BMX race and hopefully I win. And then I'm going to get really upset if I don't win. It's like, wait, what? Like, this is why people lose, and this is why people fail and tap out and quit, because they're running a marathon as if they're running a sprint, right? And they're also running a marathon with no skills, and also the wrong shoes, and also the wrong pants, and also no sunscreen. And then they're like burnt, they got blisters on their feet, and they're hurt, and their heart rate's 200, and they're like, maybe it's just not for me, right? And so my gift to you with this video is to use that inadequacy, that feeling of insecurity, that feeling that you have right now where you're like, I'm not good enough. This is your biggest advantage. It is your biggest delta that is going to help you collapse time, work harder, do things that most other people won't do, because you have the hunger to get after that stuff. Okay, never see this as a deficit. Never see this as an inability for you to act. The only thing you need to focus on is, how do I take this feeling that I've constantly got of me not being good enough, of me and my shitty little business idea, me and my little company with, I don't know, just me and myself and I don't know, a couple of sales a week at the moment. It's like, how do I take that and just continue doing the work over and over and over again until such time that I have so far beaten out of myself that insecurity, and wow, look at that. My business is doing $10 million a year. How the hell did that happen? Because you just did the right inputs and you didn't care for the surrounding emotions. You didn't care for how you were feeling at the time. You just committed yourself to the work, right? And so keep moving forward. Don't stop. Don't stop if you feel insecure. Don't stop if you feel inadequate. Don't stop if you feel like you are incompetent at a whole bunch of stuff. Just keep showing up and keep asking the questions and keep pushing forward and keep forcing yourself into uncomfortable situations that force you to get better. And if you do this for long enough, you increase your ability to perform because you stretch your quote unquote production capacity. Stephen Covey, I think it is, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He talks about it in his book. You have the ability to produce and you have your production capacity, right? Most of you guys have shitty production capacities, meaning it takes a little bit of stress to derail completely. And you're like, oh my God, I need 3 weeks off because my supplier didn't reply to me. It's like, that's a very low level production capacity. And so what you want to do is keep staying in the game, because it stretches just like a muscle, your production capacity, and then your ability to produce also goes, wow, that's actually, it feels like it's a lot easier today. Wow, interesting. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. And that's the game, right? So keep moving forward. Don't stop because of your feelings. Never actually, in any case, stop because of your feelings. Your feelings should not be an indicator for you to take any action, right? Because almost all the time they're lying. They're just trying to keep you safe. They're just trying to make you like snuggle up in your bed and just relax and have a little bit of like comfort and just like don't worry about all of the bad feelings. And when you feel a little bit of confidence again, then you'll start taking action. Good God. it will never, ever, ever happen. And if you operate like that, it'll be very difficult for you to build anything of any measure of success in your life or your career. I hope this has been helpful. Leave your comments down in the comment section. I'd love to hear your takeaways, your views, your feedback from this video. And I'll see you again very shortly. Some of you I will see at the Black Friday event coming up shortly on the 6th of September. Bye for now.